Okay, right here before my round. I'll probably go back here for the after part. Facing a 2088, so. Oh, jeez. That was rough. Just watching Diamond Trust right now. Let's get to the recap. Everyone, and welcome to the round two recap. So, as you've noticed, I'm trying a new board out. I saw it in it might have been a chess nerd video, but I really like it. I think it's neat. So change a few things, might be a bit different, and I'm gonna be trying this one with game reviews. So tell me in the comments what you think with this style, with like the analysis bar and other stuff. So anyone who doesn't understand chess as well can get a good grasp. So all I knew about my opponent before the round was that he was going to be absurdly strong, and that this guy was very close to becoming a national master, and that he was also 2600 online. So I didn't have a ton of hope, but what I didn't know was what he played. So everything was kind of just freestyling it, and I really wish I would have known, as you'll find out. So he played pawn to e4, and I played this move pawn to e6. So this is the French defense, point being I'm going to go d5 right after, and we're going to have a very complex game. You'll see this again in the tournament. But what I didn't know was that he also played the French as black. And when you're playing a 2600 online, generally you don't want to play against them what they play, what they main, because this is his main weapon. So if I would have known that, I would have gone for something like the Sicilian or something like e5. So knowing this, I mean, well, rather not knowing this, I went in pretty confident. And he played this line called the Tarrasch with knight d2. So I played the open Tarrasch, c5. Again, you don't really need to know the theory. Knight gf3, takes, queen takes, and bishop c4. All of this is really standard stuff. As you can tell, it's all theory. And just, as I said, I knew this really well. But what was interesting was that I was like, he's playing this so fast. Like, he has to know this. And I was starting to get a bit concerned here, because after this move, I have seen this position a few times. Usually they go like rook e1, which then I might go like b5 and here, or I'll castle. And rook e1 was what I was definitely expecting. But he played this move really fast, just queen f3, and I was like, oh my god, it makes so much sense. Like, it's just a super logical move. Like, I want to play b4, b5 to go bishop b7, and he's just stopping it. So I'm just like, damn. I'm like, I really should have studied this or like prepped it in my notes. So I'm like, okay, I don't like being caught completely flat off foot. I mean, and then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, how bad can it be? Like, I know this is all theory, so what's the plan? And I had a few ideas here, but mainly so my ideas were bishop h2 check. So I'll show it. My idea is bishop h2, king back here, and then this little move, bishop to e3. I just want to get rid of this knight, and then maybe castle. And pretty much after like rook e1, this bishop is cutting off the pressure. So now after castles, and a move like, let's say, like bishop d2, like we get a much more equal, much more interesting position. And then there was also like bishop e5 to just go here. But something about this, I'm just like, okay, like I have to be playing for b5. Like, I play b5 in almost every line, so I'm like, I have to. So I spent like 10 minutes here, and then I played this really dumb move, rook b8, which is just too slow. In hindsight, I mean, I am preparing b5, bishop b7, because I figured it was probably better than going for this, because in this position, I didn't understand how after bishop d7, rook e1, and then maybe long castles or bishop h2. I didn't understand the difference, and I thought that my bishop belonged here, but I guess in these queen f3 lines, the bishop belongs here, which is something that I now know. So I was just playing off of what I knew, and that was wrong. So he plays rook e1, and I'm just like, oh shit. Because we got here, and I realized I have a big problem. Okay, I can't castle. Because if I castle, he has bishop takes h6. And if I take queen takes, it's just, it's GG's. Like, it's wraps. So I was realizing, and I'm just like, wait a minute, I can't even castle here. And I'm like, what do I do? What's my plan? And here, if you couldn't tell, I'm starting to get pretty stressed, because I'm just like, shit. then I'm like, well, I guess it's b5 is way too slow now. So I'm like, oh my god. Now I realize why rook b8 was dumb. I'm like, because I'm just losing time and I don't have enough time to go here. And so eventually I go bishop d7. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go here. Knight f5, pretty common move in these structures. Using the pin, picking up on this. So bishop e2. Point being, I don't really want to lose the bishop pair, and then I play this move, king f8. So again, I can't castle because of tactics here, so I move my king, and I just go, okay, I'm just worse already against someone this strong, and I'm like, damn it, like this is just like, I should be knowing my own opening here. But then he went back to d4, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting knight to g3, and pretty much the point being, they're just gonna trade off the bishop pair, and he's going to have it in this open position. Just my dark squares are just free real estate for this guy. But he played here, and oh my god, I confused my idea from previously. Remember how I was talking about this bishop h2, bishop e5 idea? I figured, okay, well, since this is coming, it's really just a matter where I move my bishop. And I'm like, bishop d6, I'm not sure what I've accomplished. And I'm just like, wait a minute, I can go bishop e5. I can now go here. And I'm like, okay, well, now I can finally right my wrong. But there's a slight problem with bishop. He can just sack his rook. And you see what the detail that changed in the position, which is, I think, this game was mainly due to my lack of understanding on this queen f3 line and the positions that ensued. But after rook takes e5, it's just, there's a big difference. Now my rook's on b8, and so after queen takes, bishop f4, and oop, it's GG's. He picks up the exchange. And I just at this point, it's like, fudge, like just beating myself up. And, you know, the game goes on for a bit longer. But he traded queens and played here, and I resigned. And, I mean, it's unfortunate losing this quickly, but, I mean, I knew I'd be playing someone really good. David's an extremely strong player. He has a national master norm, I believe. He's beaten many 22, 2300s. Like, he's incredibly strong. And, you know, I mean, it was dumb of me to play the French, or at least, like, not know that much about him. Like, I should have done more digging. And, yeah, I would love to talk about the game more, but it was just a fast game. Like, I just kind of got my butt kicked. And, I mean, I really, like, I've been thinking a lot about after the tournament about just, like, little details like this and about how I need to stop assuming that I know what's happening in the position just because I saw something a while back, because things change constantly. Every time a move happens, something in the position will change, and that's incredibly important if I want to continue playing at the 2000 ELO level, which I believe I can. But it's just these details that, you know, that definitely are keeping me from at least fighting more in these games. So I took that as a big lesson. I'm like, you know what? Before round 3, I mean, at this point, I have like 3 hours before the next round, which will come out tomorrow. So I'm like, I have plenty of time to study openings now. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to make the mistake again. I'm really hungry. It was about like 3 o'clock. The next round's at like 6:30. And I'm just like, okay, well, let's go get something to eat. Let's go study some chess. I'm going to go and try and take like a quick power nap. And yeah, no, so we'll see how that game went. But this game, I don't have too many thoughts. I just didn't understand the position much. And yeah, I got crushed in it. So hope you enjoyed. I certainly didn't enjoy reliving this, but all right, see you tomorrow.